to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
Hello, Antiochian men. We have another in our Ask Father Hans series. Father Hans, good morning.
Good morning, Michael.
Here's our next question. How can I fight the temptation of overindulging in things that feed my desires and passions on a regular basis?
A structured discipline. Okay. Here again, we talked in an earlier episode about a coach, about a spiritual father. Okay. Look, don't try and do this stuff on your own and write your own plan. It just doesn't work. You know, I've got about 4 good friends, and they're all like good in one particular area. And when I need to know how to do something, I will call them up and say, what do you think of this? Or this happened. How do you read this? Right? And they're kind of my coaches. It's a brotherhood. And they will give me solid answers. Well, do this, do that, do the third thing. I love that stuff. I love the practical. Don't give me theory. Tell me how to do it. I've got to succeed at it first, and then I'll understand it, right? So, I mean, that's just the way I work. You can give me the theory, but theory is theory. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it, and I'll succeed. And then the understanding comes after that, right? And I don't know if that's just the way I work or if that's the way all men work. I haven't figured that part out yet, right? But the practical overcoming of sin, I tell you, happens in conversation with someone else. It really does. And once you, and I want to stress this, and this is really an important part of confession. You know, we think we go to confession and, oh, I've done this horrible sin and done this and done that, right? No. Confession is once you get out, especially a recurring sin that you're having trouble with, once you voice it out to God and the confessor hears it, right? It loosens its grip. It loosens its grip. And I'm a firm believer in this. When we are ready to receive knowledge, the knowledge in some way or another just comes. And the knowledge in a very concrete and tangible way, is an element of freeing ourselves from the overindulgence, from the vice, from the passion, right? So that we can focus our energy on actually overcoming. You know, a lot of these sins that are habitual, we kind of, and it's a factor of the dominant culture which makes men weak. We actually have more strength to overcome them than we think. We really do. But we don't see this if we battle with these things alone, because we're kind of under the bondage of these habitual sins. We're kind of enthralled to them, but we also think that we are powerless to overcome them. We're not powerless to overcome them. Bringing them out into the open is actually the means of overcoming them, because we overcome them both by our own, volition, by putting forward our own energy that gets met then with the energy of God. It gets met by the energy of God, and that's how we overcome. So in answering this question, if we want to overcome sin and the overindulgences and all the stuff that every single man on this earth struggles with, okay, and the saints don't struggle with them anymore, but they did struggle with them. That's how they overcame, right? So every man, bring it out, confess it, talk about it. There's no shame in that. There really is not. Again, we go back to the brotherhoods and to the communion with other men. Now, One caveat: we do things with maturity and we do things with sobriety, and we resist impulsivity even in the confession. All right, in the confessing it. There's proper ways and proper order and proper means to do this, and the church has given us that, and we operate within that proper ordering. But it is the path to freedom and the proper reordering of the desires from dissipation into concrete creativity, production, manhood.
Open to me the doors of repentance, O life giver, for my soul goes early to the temple of thy holiness, coming in the temple of my body, holy pollution.